The Wedding Night Discovery. Marcus Chen adjusted his bow tie for the 100th time as he stood before the mirror in his hotel room. Tonight was supposed to be perfect. After 3 years of dating, he was finally married to Elena Vasquez, the most amazing woman he'd ever met. She was brilliant, funny, and had this mysterious quality that drew him in like a moth to flame. The wedding had been beautiful. Elena looked stunning in her white dress, though he noticed she seemed nervous during the ceremony. More nervous than a typical bride should be. Her hands trembled when they exchanged rings, and she kept glancing at the sky as if expecting something to happen. Marcus shrugged off the memory. Wedding jitters were normal, right? Their honeymoon suite was on the top floor of the Grand Marina Hotel, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Elena had specifically requested this room, saying she loved the view of the stars from here. Marcus had thought it was romantic. Now, as he waited for her to finish getting ready in the bathroom, he wondered why she'd been in there for over 2 hours. "Elena, everything okay in there?" he called out, loosening his tie. "Just a few more minutes, mi amor." Her voice came through the door, but it sounded different somehow, strained. Marcus walked to the large windows and gazed out at the ocean. The stars were incredibly bright tonight, brighter than he'd ever seen them. In fact, one of them seemed to be moving. He squinted, pressing his face closer to the glass. That wasn't a star at all. It was getting bigger, and it was definitely moving toward Earth. "Elena, you need to see this," he called out, his voice filled with excitement rather than alarm. "There's something in the sky. Maybe a satellite or—" The bathroom door finally opened, and Marcus turned around with a smile that immediately froze on his face. The woman standing in the doorway looked like Elena, but something was terribly wrong. Her skin had a faint bluish tint, and her eyes, her beautiful brown eyes, now glowed with an eerie silver light. But most shocking of all were the delicate, translucent wings that extended from her shoulders, shimmering like soap bubbles in the hotel room's lighting. "Marcus," she said, her voice now carrying a musical quality he'd never heard before. "I can explain." Marcus stumbled backward, his legs hitting the edge of the bed. What are you?" Elena, or whatever she was, took a careful step forward, her wings folding against her back. "My name is Zaravel 9, and I'm from a planet your people call Proxima Centauri b. I've been living on Earth for the past 5 years. "That's impossible," Marcus whispered, his mind reeling. "You're human. We've been together for 3 years. You eat pizza. You hate horror movies. You cry at commercials with puppies." A sad smile crossed Zara's features. "Those things are all true. I may not be human, but my feelings for you are real, Marcus. More real than anything I've ever experienced." Marcus tried to process what he was seeing. His wife, his bride, was an alien. Why are you here? Why me?" Zara moved to the window, gazing out at the approaching light in the sky. "My people are explorers and scientists. We've been studying Earth for decades, trying to understand humanity. I was sent here as an observer to live among humans and report back on your culture, your emotions, your way of life. So, I was just an experiment?" The hurt in Marcus's voice was unmistakable. "No!" Zara spun around, her wings fluttering with agitation. "It started that way, yes, but Marcus, what I felt for you, what I still feel, it changed everything. My people don't experience love the way humans do. We mate for genetic compatibility and social status. But you showed me something I never knew existed." Marcus sat down heavily on the bed, running his hands through his hair. "This is insane. This morning I married a human woman. Tonight I find out she's an alien spy." "I'm not a spy," Zara said firmly. "I'm a xenoanthropologist, and I never lied about my feelings for you, Marcus. When you proposed 6 months ago, I should have contacted my people and returned home. Instead, I said yes. because I couldn't imagine my life without you." The light outside the window was much brighter now, and Marcus could make out the shape of something massive approaching Earth. "What is that?" Zara's expression grew troubled. "That's my people's ship. When I failed to return as scheduled, they came looking for me." "Failed to return?" Marcus felt a chill run down his spine. "What does that mean?" "My mission was supposed to last 4 years. It's been 5. They think something happened to me." Zara's voice was barely a whisper. "Marcus, there's something else you need to know. My people, they don't have a very high opinion of humanity." Marcus stood up, moving closer to the window. The ship was enormous, easily the size of a city, and it was slowing down as it approached Earth's atmosphere. "What kind of opinion?" "They think humans are primitive, violent, unworthy of joining the galactic community." Zara's wings trembled as she spoke. "The original plan was for me to gather intelligence for a possible intervention." "Intervention?" Marcus felt his blood run cold. "They want to reshape human civilization, remove what they see as flaws in your species, make you more compatible with galactic society." Marcus stared at his bride, his alien bride, and felt his world shifting beneath his feet. "And you agreed to this?" "I did," Zara said quietly. "Before I met you. Before I understood what humans are really capable of. Marcus, you have to understand. My people only see the worst of humanity. The wars, the pollution, the hatred. They don't see the love, the art, the incredible capacity for growth and change that I've witnessed in you." The ship outside was close enough now that Marcus could see lights moving across its surface. It looked like a massive jellyfish made of metal and energy, beautiful and terrifying at the same time. "So what happens now?" Marcus asked, his voice hollow. "Now?" Zara moved to stand beside him at the window. "Now my people discover that I've been compromised. They'll want to take me back to face judgment for failing my mission. And Earth? They'll proceed with the intervention. Unless—" Zara trailed off, her glowing eyes meeting his. "Unless what?" "Unless I can convince them that humanity is worth preserving as it is, that humans have value beyond what they initially believed." Marcus looked at the woman he loved. Alien or not, she was still the woman he'd fallen in love with. "How do we do that?" "We?" Zara's eyes widened in surprise. "Yes, we," Marcus said firmly, taking her hand. It was slightly cooler than human skin, but it still fit perfectly in his. "You're my wife, remember? For better or worse, in sickness and health, human or alien." Zara's eyes filled with tears. Apparently aliens could cry too. "Marcus, you don't understand what you're saying. My people are incredibly advanced. They could destroy this planet with a thought." "Then we better make sure they don't want to," Marcus said, squeezing her hand. "You said you needed to convince them that humanity is worth preserving. How?" "I would need to present evidence. Examples of human behavior that contradict their preconceptions. But Marcus, if I do this, if I stand against my own people, there's no going back. I'll be considered a traitor." Marcus looked out at the alien ship hovering above Earth, then back at his bride. Her wings caught the light from the ship, creating rainbow patterns on the hotel room walls. She was beautiful and terrifying and completely impossible. But she was his wife. "Then I guess we better make sure your evidence is convincing," he said. Zara stared at him in amazement. "You're not afraid?" "Terrified," Marcus admitted. "But I'm not running. You came to study humanity, right? Well, here's your first piece of evidence about what humans are capable of. When we love someone, we don't abandon them just because things get complicated." Outside the window, the alien ship had stopped its descent and now hovered silently above the ocean. Smaller craft were beginning to detach from the main vessel, heading toward various points on Earth's surface. They're landing, Zara whispered. How long do we have? Not long. They'll want to debrief me immediately. Marcus, I need you to understand something. When they arrive, they won't see you as my husband. They'll see you as a specimen, a primitive creature that has somehow compromised their agent. Marcus felt a surge of determination. Then let's show them they're wrong. Zara smiled, and for a moment she looked exactly like the woman he'd fallen in love with 3 years ago. I love you, Marcus Chen. Whatever happens next, I need you to know that. I love you too, Zara Vel9, he said, using her real name for the first time. And I'm about to prove to your people that humans don't give up on the ones they love. The first of the small craft was approaching their hotel, its blue lights reflecting off the ocean's surface. Marcus could see figures moving inside it, tall and graceful like Zara, but somehow more alien, more distant. Are you ready? Zara asked, her wings spreading slightly as if preparing for flight. Marcus straightened his shoulders and adjusted his wedding suit one more time. Ready? As the alien craft landed on the hotel's roof, Marcus Chen prepared to fight for his marriage, his planet, and the future of humanity itself. He might just be a regular guy from San Diego, but he was about to show the universe that sometimes being human was exactly what the situation required. The real adventure was just beginning.